and welcome to the Matter of Talk podcast, the show that will give you advice when it comes to health, fitness, men and women's points of view, and so much more. I'm your host, Bams. On today's episode, you can say this is episode 1, season 1, since I already did let you guys see a little behind the scenes and the stuff that it took to make a podcast. So today's episode, I will just be speaking about what is this podcast really about and go more in depth about it. So a little background on why I created this podcast was because I wanted to reach a larger audience. Of course, my people and more people, which I know sometimes have dilemmas. They are afraid or shy to ask someone they know. They feel probably more confident in a stranger. So I figured, hey, I could be that stranger. I don't judge. So I know that any question you come to me is just remaining anonymous and I can answer it right back. I don't judge. And that'll be all. And now the topics that we will speak about ranges from health, fitness tips, even meals. I cook myself, so I know a lot of people will probably have questions when it comes to, let's say, to health. And one of them would be, I have high cholesterol, how can I bring it down? Or I'm overweight, how can I lower that? Or I have thyroid problems, so how can you help me with that? I do have a degree in nutrition, so I am able to help. Also, when it comes to nutrition, a lot of people want to know how to lose weight or even gain weight or even maintain their weight. And they're living in a fast-paced life. They don't know what they can consume in less than 10 minutes, how to make a meal in less than 5 minutes. And I'm that go-to person. I could give you plenty of ideas and just let you know what to do so you can accomplish your goal. Another topic that I noticed was very, very large when it comes to people on TV, people that you know or any other place, was the relationship topic. Some people are married, some people are single, some people are in between, and some people just have questions, even if they're not trying to break up, even if they're single, even if they're married, and they are afraid sometimes, again, shy. So I am also here to answer those questions. I also have a degree in psychology, so that gives me the experience and the credibility. And then this was one of the hot topics that I did receive that people did want to listen to or watch, was when it came to women and men's point of view. A lot of people have questions. They want to know why he did this or why did she do that, or they're just fed up already. So I know that's a hot topic, and that's going to be bringing in a lot of callers and a lot of questions. So that's another reason why I also wanted to create this podcast, because I wanted to let people know that I'm here to give you advice and just be your support system if you need it. So if you have any ideas or any questions or anything you just want to speak about, I'm open for that. Again, this podcast is starting with a number of topics, but it could range and it could expand into anything. So feel free to email me at matteroftalk@gmail.com with any questions you have, and always remember that they will remain anonymous. So let's get this show on the go. So as you probably already seen or listened to my steps when it came to creating a podcast, I had to find out when it came to lighting, find out when it came to audio, because when it comes to sound, which I've never noticed, and now that I'm into podcast video and audio, I noticed that when it comes to sound, you must have a great sounding sound. You can't just be outside and just want to decide to record yourself and then all the background noise, and then when people listen, it sounds annoying. So there's a lot of things I had to learn. And then when it came to lighting, you need 3 types of light. And one of them is the face light, one of them is the hair light, and one of them is the focus light. So things like that I had to learn, and it was great actually learning instead of just asking someone and they just showing you. Sometimes it's better to learn something, because that way you'll retain the information longer. Then had to come the name of the podcast, which took me a while, but once I got it, I knew that was the one. So when you hear a name, you're like, oh my God, that's the one. I hope nobody has it. And I did have other names, but they were already taken. So you don't want to have a name that someone else has or another company has because of copyright and things like that. Or maybe even if they allow you to have it, then you'll just be second. You won't be first because they already had it. So it was kind of hard finding the podcast, but I was able to find it. Matter of Talk is perfect. I am going to talk. My guests are going to talk. And now, speaking about my guests, I will have men and women on. And if you would like to join, you could just shoot me an email, or you could hit me up on my Instagram or on my TikTok, letting me know you would like to be a guest speaker. The type of guest that I'm going to have, it doesn't matter your background, As long as you're here and you want to just speak about something or even promote yourself, you know, you probably have content you want to promote, products or anything, just feel free to reach out to me. Or if you don't want to come on but you would like to promote your things, I'm here for you and I'll promote them. Now that you guys have all that information, now let's really get into it. So today's episode, besides just speaking about what the podcast is, I also wanted to let you guys know that thank you for listening. That's one, and I do appreciate that, even if it's just one person. And if you ever feel like I should speak about something, you could always reach out. If you ever feel that you didn't like something, you could always let me know as well. I am open to criticism. Again, I want to reach out to everyone. I want everyone to feel the same, to feel, you know, heard. So don't ever feel like you cannot give me a review or just ask me a simple question, or if you feel like I can improve on something, you can let me know, which is Matter of Talk Podcast Instagram. So that was another issue that I had, and it was a kind of a delay, but I was able to open it up. So once I was able to do that, promotion, and you guys are here listening to me now. I also wanted to make this podcast about giving tips. At the end of the day, even though you listen to advice, you also want tips. You also want that support. I am here to be your coach, your support throughout it all. Doesn't matter from health to fitness to tips, motivation. I'm here. I'm that go-to person. Again, any questions, you feel free to reach out to me on all of my platforms, anything like that. So today is basically just letting you guys know how it is behind the scenes, what it takes to build a podcast. And as you guys know, it might seem quick to you guys, but I've been working for this for, let's say, less than a year. I could say like 10 months, and it's just getting the niche, getting the strategy, getting everything you need just to make it happen. And I'm proud to say that I'm here now, so everything's working wonderfully. And also, I want you guys to know, I know you probably say, hey, how can she do this? There's a lot of people also doing the same thing, but don't ever take that into your head. Always think positive, always have faith. Just know if you really want something, you'll be able to do it. Anyone can accomplish anything. If I'm able to do it and I'm a normal person, I'm not one of the Kardashians, you're able to do it yourself as well. So that's one of the points I also wanted to make. Besides that, I think you guys will love this podcast. So just give me a shout out or send me an email, however you like, and just follow me on my social media. Have a nice day, guys.